What's going on, guys? Psycho Killer here, and in this video we're going to talk about the release of the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition, the pains that came with it, and what Rockstar is saying in regards to it as far as fixing it, what they've done, what they plan to do. That's what this video is going to be about. So without wasting any more time, let's actually get into the video.
Oh shit, here we go again.
The Definitive Edition Trilogy actually dropped super early in a couple countries. One of those, I believe, is Australia. And then it dropped at 11 p.m. on the 10th of November in the United States Central Time. That's when I got it, was at 11 p.m. When it launched, it absolutely crashed the Rockstar Games launcher on PC. 13 hours later, Rockstar tweets out, "Services for the Rockstar Games launcher and supported titles are temporarily offline for maintenance. Services will return as soon as maintenance is completed." Maintenance? This is a lie. And the worst part about it is the community knew what was going on, but they attempted to cover it up and lie to them anyways. Everybody knew that the real problem was they put the trilogy on there before it was ready, and then couldn't figure out how to get it back off without tearing everything up. So they had to shut the whole launcher down and perform surgery on it. Absolute lie. They knew it was bullshit. They knew that the community knew it was bullshit, but they told us the bullshit anyways. 29 hours pass by, and the launcher is back online with no trilogy, and Rockstar tweets again. They said the Rockstar Games launcher is now online, but GTA the Trilogy Definitive Edition is unavailable to player purchase, as we remove files unintentionally included in these versions. We're sorry for the disruption and hope to have correct ones up soon. Files unintentionally put into the game. This sounds like a large case of horrible quality control. They had 27 people working on the project, and Take-Two did the best they could to push this out and force Grove Street Games and Rockstar to have this released on their schedule, as opposed to making sure it was a good quality product. A couple days later, Rockstar does tweet that the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition is again available through the Rockstar Games launcher for play and purchase. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience and are working to improve and update overall performance as we move forward. So, fast forward 3 days after the release, and finally it's available on PC, but there's still so many problems and so many bugs. And it's not just bugs on PC, there's bugs on the consoles as well, and we're going to cover that in just a minute. So in the following week, they released several title updates, as well as a Newswire post on the 22nd of November, so this is about a week ago. And this is what the Newswire post has to say. It's a note from Rockstar Games team, RE, Grand Theft Auto the Trilogy Definitive Edition. Update, November 22nd. The title update 1.02 for Grand Theft Auto the Trilogy Definitive Edition is now live across all platforms, including Nintendo Switch. We'll have more details on forthcoming title updates here at the Rockstar Newswire and at Rockstar support site. Hi everyone, we wanted to provide an update regarding the unexpected technical issues that came to light as part of the launch of Grand Theft Auto the Trilogy Definitive Edition. Firstly, we want to sincerely apologize to everyone who has encountered issues playing these games. Holy shit! Rockstar's apologizing, and for once it's actually not their fault. It's Take-Two's fault. It's not even their fault. And they're finally apologizing? This is what it takes, is for somebody else to fuck up? The Grand Theft Auto series and the games that make up this iconic trilogy are as special to us as we know they are to fans around the world. The updated versions of these classic games did not launch in a state that meets our own standards of quality, or the standards our fans have come to expect. Then why did they launch? If the quality wasn't there, the game should never have launched in the first place. But again, Big Daddy Take-Two wants to push the titles out as fast as they can because they're more worried about the money and not the experience that the fans have. We have ongoing plans to address the technical issues and improve each game going forward. With each planned update, the games will reach the level of quality that they deserve to be. A new title update is on the way in the coming days for all versions of Grand Theft Auto the Trilogy Definitive Edition that will address a number of issues. We will update everyone as soon as it is live. In the meantime, it pains us to mention that we are hearing reports of members of the development teams being harassed on social media. We kindly ask our community to please maintain a respectful and civil discourse around this release as we work these issues. So, I'm going to take a side note right here and say, absolutely under no circumstances is it ever okay, as a fan or not a fan of a game or a gaming company, to contact the developers of a game because you're disgruntled with them and threaten them or harass them. All the developers do is what they're told to do. They develop the game. If the game is not ready and gets released, it's not the developer's fault. Quality control is outside the realm of development and is in control of the parent company and the direct company. So Rockstar Games, Grove Street Games, Take-Two Interactive. It's the people that you see like Strauss Zelnick that are in control of the product being released even when it's not ready. This is not the developer's fault. It is absolutely never okay to threaten or harass developers. They're behind the scenes people that have absolutely nothing to do with the release itself. If you have a problem with the way the game is released or a problem with the game itself, you need to contact the proper channels. And again, not in a harassing or threatening way, because that's never okay. Threatening and harassing is never okay. While one of the goals of the definitive editions was to allow players to enjoy these games on modern platforms for many years to come, we also understand that some of you would still like to have the previous classic versions available for purchase. We will be adding the classic PC versions of Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas back to the Rockstar store shortly as a bundle. Additionally, everyone who purchased Grand Theft Auto The Trilogy, the definitive edition for PC, from the Rockstar store through June 30th, 2022, will receive these classic versions in their Rockstar Games launcher library at no additional cost. We will update everyone as soon as these are back in the Rockstar store. Once again, we'd like to thank everyone for their patience and understanding while we work through these updates to ensure these games meet everyone's justifiably high standards. So a couple more things I want to hit on right there. Okay, one, nobody's being patient or understanding. This is a problem that should have never happened. Instead of releasing the game in its state right now, they should have done what they did with the expanded and enhanced version of GTA 5 and GTA Online and said, hey guys, it's not ready. If you guys want a good game, you're going to have to wait a little bit. I guarantee you that 99% of the community would have accepted that. The other 1% are just assholes and looking for a reason to bitch anyway. You delay the release of a game when it's not ready to go. Now, as for the problems that they're having, the bugs, and the title updates, I'm going to tell you right now, I just checked out Grand Theft Auto 3 yesterday and today. There was a title update released for it yesterday, and even still today, I'm still getting booted from the Grand Theft Auto 3 version of the game. Sorry, the definitive edition version of Grand Theft Auto 3, I'm still getting booted from it at least 3 times in a couple hour time span. It just disconnects. And another problem with that is I've already completed the missions. All I have to do left to do now is the side missions, and for some reason the autosave does not save when you do side missions, only when you complete story missions, and that does include the phone calls as well. But when I'm doing the taxi missions, the vigilante, the fire, the ambulance, collecting hidden packages, it doesn't autosave every time I collect one. So you got to start back, try to figure out where you messed up, where you left off, what you've done since you saved. It's a huge problem. And Rockstar Games has not done anything to address that. Not to address the being kicked from the game or to address the autosave issue. Furthermore, they're giving out the original versions of the game on PC for free to the people who have purchased the game all the way through June of next year. What about us on console? I don't play it on PC because I know that PC and Rockstar Games just don't go well together. They always have issues. So I only play Rockstar Games on console. What about those of us that purchased the game on the Nintendo Switch or the mobile? Those of us that purchased the game on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X and S, the Xbox One. Where's our copy of the original version of the trilogy for free? I mean, doesn't that just make sense? Sure, the console guys did get to play the game for an additional week before the PC guys, but it's been glitch written and nothing but problems with it. For instance, on Vice City, Candy Sucks is supposed to be this supermodel porn star, and she just looks funny. She don't even look like Candy Sucks anymore. And that's just a small problem. This is a small, minute problem. There's other issues going on with the game that people on console still have to deal with. The camera angling when you're driving in the cars on Vice City and GTA 3, that's a huge problem. The clunky, like, way you aim and shoot in all three games, the way it's so clunky and impossible to aim correctly. You're wasting 12 bullets to kill somebody with what could have been 3. It just don't add up, and they're not fixing these issues in a timely manner. So why don't we have on console? I say we collectively as people on console because I don't personally play Rockstar games on PC. But why don't those on console get the free copies of the game as well? Or, for God's sakes, at least put it back in the PlayStation Store and the Xbox Store and the Nintendo Switch Store so people can purchase these games. Because the games weren't expensive. I think, what were they, like $15, $20 a game? $4.99 on mobile? Why are these not available for us to purchase again if they're having this many issues with the definitive edition? It just don't make sense. That's my thoughts. That's what's been going on with the release of this game, especially on PC. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. If you're having any problems with the game, whether you're on console or PC, that I didn't talk about, use the comments section down below as a, an area to vent and discuss problems that you guys are having with each other. And maybe if we can get this out, I know I normally don't say this, but share this video. I'm just another disgruntled fan that's trying to deliver it in a respectful manner and as news, not fake news. So share the video out. Maybe it'll catch wind of Rockstar Games. Let's find out what's going on. Let's get this stuff fixed, and let's not ever let this happen again. There's absolutely no excuse. This isn't, this is like Cyberpunk, but all over, like worse. Battlefield. Their games get released so quick nowadays, but they're trying to put so much detail in it that it just crashes everything and messes everything up. I would rather wait to make sure the game is going to be a good quality than to sacrifice quality to play it right now. Now, I've said a lot of bad, so real quick before we end the video, I do want to say that when I'm in the games and the games are working, especially Grand Theft Auto 3, it's so nostalgic. The game itself is amazing. The graphics are great. Maybe the rain sucks. You could have seizures. If you have epilepsy, watch out for the rain in the game because it could definitely give you seizures. But overall, the gameplay itself is amazing. It's like when I play this game, it's what I remember it being like when I was a kid. But then when I pop in the original version of it on my PlayStation 2, it's clearly more blocky back then. It's a good thing. The trilogy overall, the definitive edition, was a great idea. And I'm glad they did it. I just wish they would have took their time on it. And when they're done fixing everything, I do know that this is going to be one of the greatest things they've ever done, especially for those of us in your 30s and 40s that played this when you were younger. So, with all that said, that's all I've got in this video. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Don't forget to smash the like button, and if you're new around here, consider subscribing. Turn your post notifications on so you don't miss anything that I release here on the channel. And as always, my guys, I will see you on the flip side. Hopefully, anyways.